There is a moment in the night when the world sleeps, but your soul can awaken. A time when your prayers hold a special closeness to Allah, when your dua carries unmatched power, and when the heart that struggles by day finds peace and guidance by night. That moment is Tahajjud, and tonight you can learn how to pray it correctly. There is a moment in the night when the world sleeps, but the heart of a believer can awaken. Tahajjud is more than just a prayer. It is a unique opportunity to connect deeply with Allah, to pour out your heart in solitude, and to seek guidance and strength. While others rest, this quiet hour becomes a sanctuary where sincerity meets devotion, where the soul finds comfort, and where the blessings of Allah descend in abundance. It is a time that nurtures patience, humility, and spiritual resilience, transforming the night into a source of light for the days ahead. The best time for Tahajjud is during the last third of the night, just before the Fajr prayer. This period is special because Allah is closest to His servants, ready to hear their heartfelt supplications. Waking up during these hours may seem challenging, but it reflects a sincere desire to prioritize your relationship with your Creator over worldly comforts. Even a short prayer during this sacred time carries immense reward, and the tranquility of the night provides the perfect backdrop for focused, meaningful devotion. Before beginning, it is essential to set a clear intention in your heart. Tahajjud is not about the number of rak'ahs or how long you stay awake, but about the quality of your connection with Allah. With a sincere heart, even the simplest prayer becomes powerful. When performing the prayer, start with 2 rak'ahs and gradually increase if you are able. Move through each posture with mindfulness, reflecting on the words of the Qur'an and the humility expressed in every bow and prostration. The prayer should be personal and intimate, a conversation between you and your Lord. Reciting the Qur'an during Tahajjud is a moment to let its words penetrate the heart rather than just passing through the lips. Even a few verses recited with understanding and reflection carry immense spiritual weight. Afterward, raising your hands in dua allows you to express your deepest needs, hopes, and fears. Speak from your heart, asking for guidance, forgiveness, and strength. Allah responds to those who approach Him with sincerity and humility, and the stillness of the night amplifies the power of your supplication. Consistency is more important than perfection. Even if you can only pray a few nights a week or perform just a couple of rak'ahs, regularity creates a habit that strengthens your faith and transforms your spiritual life. End your prayer with quiet reflection, allowing the peace of the night to fill your heart and mind. Let the lessons of Tahajjud, patience, focus, and closeness to Allah carry into your daily life. This night devotion is not just an act of worship, but a source of lasting spiritual growth and a reminder that your soul is nourished when it seeks connection with its Creator. The best time to pray Tahajjud is during the last third of the night, just before the Fajr prayer. This is a time of quiet and stillness when the world is asleep and the distractions of the day are far behind. The silence itself becomes a companion for the heart, allowing the mind to focus fully on devotion and reflection. Waking up in these hours is an act of dedication that shows sincerity, as it requires leaving the comfort of sleep for the sake of seeking closeness to Allah. During this sacred period, the blessings of the night are at their peak. It is believed that Allah descends to the lowest heaven, ready to accept the prayers and supplications of His devoted servants. This makes the last part of the night a uniquely powerful time for dawah, when the heart's most intimate desires and struggles can be brought before Allah. Even a few moments spent in prayer during this time carry immense reward, far beyond what can be measured in ordinary deeds performed during the day. The peace of the late night provides the perfect environment for deep reflection. Without the noise and distractions of daily life, the soul can feel a sense of closeness to Allah that is difficult to experience at any other time. It is in these quiet hours that one can recite the Quran slowly and meaningfully, contemplate its message, and feel the words resonate within the heart. Each bow and prostration becomes more than just a ritual. It becomes a profound act of connection and surrender. Even though waking up for Tahajjud may seem difficult at first, the effort itself is rewarded. Allah loves those who strive to maintain their devotion despite challenges. Starting with a small number of rak'ahs and gradually increasing as your strength grows, allows the heart to develop consistency and persistence. Over time, the habit of praying in the last third of the night creates a spiritual rhythm that nourishes both the soul and the mind. Ultimately, the last part of the night is a moment of intimacy between the servant and their Creator. It is a chance to pour out the heart's deepest needs, ask for guidance, and seek forgiveness without interruption. Those who take advantage of this time find that it brings not only spiritual rewards, but also a lasting sense of peace, focus, and clarity that carries into their waking hours. Tahajjud is more than a prayer. It is a gift of the night that transforms the soul and strengthens the connection to Allah. Before beginning Tahajjud, it is essential to set a sincere intention in your heart. The value of the prayer is not measured by the number of rak'ahs or the length of time spent awake, but by the purity and sincerity of the heart with which it is performed. Every act of worship in Islam begins with intention. And without a conscious decision to seek closeness to Allah, even the most physically demanding prayers can lose their spiritual impact. Niyya is not just a thought. It is the silent promise of the heart to dedicate this moment entirely to Allah. Sincerity in intention transforms the act of waking up at night into a meaningful spiritual journey. It is a personal commitment that reflects your devotion and willingness to prioritize the relationship with your Creator over worldly comfort. Even if the body is tired and the mind distracted, a heart focused on Allah makes each rak'ah weighty with reward. The intention becomes a source of strength, helping you rise from sleep and approach the prayer with humility and reverence. The power of a sincere niyya also lies in its ability to prepare the heart for reflection and dua. When you consciously dedicate the prayer to Allah, your mind is more present, your thoughts more focused, and your emotions more open. This awareness allows you to recite Quranic verses thoughtfully, bow and prostrate with full submission, and pour out your deepest hopes and fears without distraction. Niyya turns each movement, each word, into a conversation with Allah, making the night a sacred time of connection. Consistency in maintaining a sincere intention is equally important. Even if you are only able to pray a few nights a week or perform just a couple of rak'ahs, approaching each session with a conscious, heartfelt niyya strengthens your spiritual discipline. Over time, this repeated practice cultivates a natural desire to pray tahajjud, turning what was once a challenge into a source of comfort and inspiration. The heart gradually learns that waking at night is not a burden, but a privilege, and each act is an opportunity to grow closer to Allah. Ultimately, sincere intention is what transforms tahajjud from a routine into a deeply rewarding spiritual experience. It is the reason every effort counts, every prostration matters, and every word of Quran recited brings you closer to the divine. When the heart is fully present, free from pretense and distraction, the night prayer becomes more than a ritual. It becomes a moment of true intimacy with Allah, a source of peace, guidance, and spiritual strength that carries into every part of your life. When performing tahajjud, The method of prayer is both simple and deeply meaningful. It is recommended to start with 2 rak'ahs, allowing your body and heart to ease into the devotion of the night. Each movement in the prayer is a way to connect with Allah, from standing in quiet focus to bowing in humility and prostrating in total submission. Even if you only begin with a small number of rak'ahs, approaching them with full awareness and sincerity brings immense spiritual reward. Reciting the Qur'an during Tahajjud should be done thoughtfully, with reflection on the meaning of the verses. Unlike prayers during the day, when the mind may be distracted, the quiet of the night allows for deeper understanding and emotional connection. Let the words resonate in your heart as you move through the prayer, allowing each verse to guide your supplications and strengthen your relationship with Allah. This mindful recitation transforms the prayer from a ritual into a profound spiritual experience. The physical movements in Tahajjud carry their own significance. Bowing deeply and holding humility in ruku and prostrating fully with your forehead touching the ground are acts of surrender and devotion. Each posture is a reminder of your dependence on Allah and a way to release pride and worldly attachments. Moving deliberately and with focus enhances the spiritual impact, turning each rak'ah into a personal dialogue with the Creator. As you continue the prayer, you may gradually increase the number of rak'ahs according to your capacity. Some may perform 4, 6, or even more, but the key is not quantity but quality. It is better to perform a few rak'ahs with concentration, reflection, and heartfelt supplication than to rush through many without presence of mind. The flexibility in the method allows everyone to tailor the prayer to their own spiritual and physical capacity, making Tahajjud accessible to all. Finally, ending the prayer in calm reflection is essential. After completing your rak'ahs, sit quietly, raise your hands, and pour out your heart in dua. This is the moment to ask for guidance, forgiveness, and your deepest needs, knowing that Allah is near. The method of Tahajjud is not just about physical movements or recitations, but about cultivating a sincere and intimate connection with Allah, leaving the worshipper renewed, peaceful, and spiritually strengthened. Reciting the Quran during Tahajjud is one of the most powerful aspects of the night prayer. In the quiet of the night, every word can touch the heart more deeply than during the day. Without distractions, the meanings of the verses become clearer, and the recitation transforms from a routine act into a profound moment of reflection and connection with Allah. It is a time to let the words resonate within, to listen to the guidance, and to feel the spiritual light they bring into the soul. Even a few verses recited slowly and thoughtfully can have a profound effect. The goal is not to complete long portions, but to understand and internalize the message. Pausing to reflect on the meaning of each verse allows the heart to respond sincerely and the mind to become fully present. When the words of the Quran are absorbed with attention and humility, they guide both the prayer and the supplications, making every moment of Tahajjud spiritually enriching. The act of reciting the Quran in the night also strengthens the connection between the servant and the Creator. The night provides a rare stillness that allows the heart to focus entirely on Allah's words. This focused recitation can awaken emotions, inspire hope, and instill a sense of peace that remains even after the prayer is complete. It is in these moments that the Quran's guidance feels most immediate, providing comfort, clarity, and motivation to live a life aligned with divine principles. Recitation during Tahajjud is also a means of asking Allah for help, mercy, and forgiveness. Each verse, especially those that speak of Allah's compassion and guidance, becomes a pathway for personal reflection and dua. The heart naturally turns to its Creator, expressing gratitude for the blessings of the day and seeking strength for challenges ahead. This intimate practice allows the believer to cultivate a sense of closeness and trust in Allah that is difficult to achieve at any other time. Ultimately, reciting the Quran during Tahajjud is not merely a ritual, but an opportunity for the soul to grow and transform. It nurtures patience, mindfulness, and humility while deepening faith. By engaging sincerely with the words of Allah in the stillness of the night, the believer finds clarity, spiritual strength, and an enduring connection that continues to guide thoughts, actions, and intentions throughout the day. The night becomes a sacred space where the Quran comes alive in the heart, offering guidance, comfort, and divine presence. During Tahajjud, raising your hands in dua is one of the most intimate and powerful acts of worship. It is a time when the heart is fully awake and focused, a moment when Allah is closest to His servants. Every word spoken in sincerity, every silent plea, carries immense weight, and the night amplifies the power of these supplications. It is not about the length of the dua, but the sincerity and humility with which it is made, trusting that Allah listens to the needs of His servants. The beauty of dua lies in its personal nature. Unlike structured prayers, it allows the heart to speak freely, to express fears, hopes, regrets, and desires directly to Allah. In these quiet hours, one can ask for guidance, forgiveness, strength, and protection, and even bring forth the deepest struggles that may have been hidden from the world. Speaking from the heart with total honesty makes the prayer more meaningful and spiritually rewarding. As the connection with Allah becomes direct and unbroken, the silence of the night enhances the power of dua. With no distractions, the mind can focus entirely on the conversation with Allah. Every word becomes more profound, every emotion more heartfelt, and every plea more sincere. This quiet setting allows the heart to pour out its needs without hesitation, creating a sense of closeness and trust that strengthens faith. It is during these hours that the dua feels alive, like a lifeline connecting the soul directly to its creator. Consistency in making powerful dua is equally important. Even if it is just a few heartfelt words each night, regular supplication cultivates patience, persistence, and hope. Over time, the habit of turning to Allah in the night strengthens the spiritual connection and nurtures a sense of reliance on divine wisdom. The believer learns that no matter how difficult life's challenges may seem, there is always a safe refuge in sincere communication with Allah. Ultimately, powerful dua during Tahajjud is transformative. It cleanses the heart, renews the soul, and strengthens the bond between the believer and Allah. It allows the heart to be heard, to be understood, and to find solace in divine presence. Through sincere and focused supplication, the believer gains not only answers to specific needs, but also a deeper sense of peace, hope, and spiritual resilience that lasts far beyond the night of prayer. Consistency in Tahajjud is more important than performing long prayers perfectly. Even if it is just a few rakas a night or only a few nights a week, maintaining the habit shows dedication and sincerity. The effort to rise from sleep regularly, even in small steps, reflects a heart that values its connection with Allah more than comfort or convenience. Over time, these small acts accumulate into a strong spiritual discipline that strengthens faith and devotion. It is natural for the body and mind to feel tired, and there may be nights when performing Tahajjud perfectly feels impossible. Yet, Allah values persistence and effort more than flawless execution. Each attempt, no matter how small, is recognized and rewarded. By focusing on consistency rather than perfection, the believer learns patience and humility, realizing that spiritual growth is a journey that develops gradually with time and dedication. Regular practice also transforms the act of praying Tahajjud into a comforting routine. The body begins to adjust to waking during the night, and the heart grows accustomed to finding peace in these sacred hours. This rhythm helps the believer develop a natural desire for the night prayer, so it no longer feels like a burden, but rather a personal moment of connection with Allah. With consistency, Tahajjud becomes a source of solace and spiritual renewal rather than a challenge to overcome. Consistency also nurtures the inner mindset of devotion throughout the day. A habit of regular night prayer strengthens patience, focus, and mindfulness in everyday life. It teaches the believer to carry the serenity, humility, and closeness to Allah gained in Tahajjud into daily actions, interactions, and decisions. Gradually, the benefits of regular night worship extend far beyond the hours of sleep, shaping character and deepening faith. Ultimately, consistency in Tahajjud demonstrates dedication and love for Allah, regardless of imperfections or occasional struggles. Each effort, repeated with sincerity, builds a strong foundation of spiritual resilience. Over time, the believer discovers that regular, heartfelt devotion is far more valuable than a single perfect night of prayer. The practice of consistency transforms not just the nights, but the entire life, creating a lasting connection with Allah and a heart that seeks Him in every moment. After completing Tahajjud, it is important to spend a few quiet moments in reflection. Sitting in stillness allows the heart to absorb the peace and spiritual energy gained during the prayer. This reflection is a time to think about one's intentions, actions, and relationship with Allah. It creates a space to evaluate personal growth, seek forgiveness for mistakes, and set intentions for improvement, helping the believer to internalize the lessons learned during the night. Reflecting after Tahajjud also strengthens awareness of Allah's presence in daily life. The quiet and focus of the night make it easier to recognize blessings, understand challenges, and feel gratitude for guidance. By taking time to meditate on the verses recited, the supplications made, and the sincerity of the prayer, the heart develops a deeper connection with Allah. This reflection transforms the spiritual energy of the night into a guiding force for the day ahead. The act of reflection encourages self-examination and humility. During Tahajjud, one may confront personal weaknesses, regrets, or struggles, and the quiet moment afterward provides an opportunity to consider solutions and make amends. It reminds the believer that growth and transformation require patience, effort, and reliance on Allah. Through this process, the night prayer becomes more than a ritual. It becomes a tool for personal development and spiritual refinement. Transformation also comes from carrying the calm and clarity of Tahajjud into everyday life. The lessons of patience, gratitude, and devotion learned in the stillness of the night can guide interactions, decisions, and behavior throughout the day. By reflecting on the prayers and supplications, the believer strengthens resilience against difficulties and cultivates a heart that remains connected to Allah, even amid worldly distractions. The impact of Tahajjud thus extends far beyond the night itself. Ultimately, reflecting and transforming after Tahajjud turns the prayer into a life-changing experience. It allows the soul to grow, the heart to heal, and the mind to focus on what truly matters. The quiet reflection nurtures spiritual awareness, strengthens faith, and instills a sense of purpose and direction. Through this practice, the believer finds not only peace and guidance, but also a continuous path of growth, drawing ever closer to Allah with each night spent in sincere devotion.